Good afternoon and welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in once again to the video for Dimas Wine Shop and Tasting Room. My name is Dylan and we're going to talk about today's wines, or this week's wines I should say. Starting out first here, we've got a non-vintage sparkler made out of Sauvignon Blanc, one of California's first, or I should say maybe it is the first to come out of California that is Sauvignon Blanc. But it's done in an extra dry style, and what that means is that it's just a little bit sweeter, a tick sweeter than Brut. But I think more interestingly is that it's made out of Sauvignon Blanc, so it's crisp, really crisp and appley, and definitely has some different flavors from your classic Chardonnay driven sparkler. This comes out of Lake County is where the fruit comes out of. Then we got the Carne Humana. This here is another one of the Wagner family wines. Derek Beitler, who's the nephew of Chuck Wagner, which Chuck Wagner, by the way, is from Camus, is the one that makes this label. I heard he has recently sold it, and it's going to go into larger production, but only 300 cases of this was made. And it's a blend here of Sauvignon Blanc, 70%, 20% Semillon. Does have some Gewürztraminer and does have some Viognier in it, but real tropical, citrusy notes and mineral, and just a really nice, delightful wine for the theme this week, which is celebration wines. Then we go on to a Pinot Noir here, which I like. This is called Domaine Eden, or the house is called Mount Eden. This is their 2012 estate Pinot Noir that comes out of Santa Cruz Mountains. This here is a 7-acre estate and real low yield. Only 2.8 or 2.9 tons per acre was produced of this fruit. Really like the way it's made. It's done in all French oak, 100%, and 75% of it is new. So, you know, it doesn't taste, I'm assuming that the barrels weren't overly toasted because it doesn't have that real those toasty aromas that you would get out of brand new oak barrels. So 75% new oak. It is earthy, it's mushroomy, it has raspberries, it definitely has some spicy notes like cardamom, but a really well made wine. Then we move over here to the Ventana Ruby Stone. The Ruby Stone, it comes out of Arroyo Seco, which is located just shy from here, heading north, just shy of Monterey is where it's at. 60% Grenache and 40% Syrah, 10 months on a combination of French-American oak. Real fruit forward, toasty finish, once again a nicely blended, well-made wine. Then we go over to the McManus, and the McManus is 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, 6 months on a combination of French-American oak. It goes through a 9-day fermentation. The fermentation is done in stainless steel, aged in oak for 6 months, and dark berries, cassis. The tannins are real soft on that wine. And the fruit here is purchased throughout the state, but primarily Sonoma and Napa is where the fruit comes from. And then last but not least, another first, because we were talking about how there's a first here of Sauvignon Blanc made into a sparkler. Here we've got a multi-state, and when I say multi-state, I mean 2 states where this wine came from. So this is the Luminary. It's what they call an American blend, 2012. So 56% of the fruit is Cabernet Sauvignon that comes from Napa, 13% is Syrah that comes from Washington, 16% is Zinfandel that comes out of Alexander Valley, and 2% is Merlot that comes out of Napa Valley. And then there's also 8% Syrah that comes from Edna Valley as well, from Edna Valley, and then the Merlot is from Napa Valley. 18 months on French oak, 40% new. 2,300 cases of this were made, and when you try this wine, it definitely drinks on the high-end side. It's toasty, it's got all kinds of layers of spice notes and of stone fruit, and it does have some baking spices in it. Really a perfectly well-made wine. This is a collaboration of 4 winemakers, 3 from California and 1 from Washington. Sigizio, I know, is attached to this, and also Pine Ridge, which I've always been a big fan of their Cabernet Sauvignons. So, nice collaborative effort. Just a reminder for the upcoming weeks, On January 5th is when we do our wine classes, and when we start 5 weeks of France. And France will, once again, it starts out with Rhone Valley, then we go into Burgundy, then we go into Loire, Champagne, and we finish up with Bordeaux. We've got some great wines. All the wines are in, especially for Burgundy and Rhone, and I know you guys are going to like this wine. So, look forward to seeing you guys at the classes. Just a reminder, once again, it's on Monday nights, starts January 5th, 6 to 8:30 p.m. And let's see, what else can I do? Oh, it's 45 for members, 50 for non. What else am I missing, Gregory? Anything?
Racing.
Oh yes, and then, thank you so much, Greg. The Impact Racing, that's coming up January 10th, which is from 4 to 9 p.m. and it's a bike race that takes place here in San Dimas, and it's going to finish here at the shop, I believe. From 4 to 9, we have got, there's going to be the Taco Man, some raffles, and just a few things going on here. So, enjoy. And just one last reminder, on New Year's Eve, we will be here on, what does New Year's Eve fall on? What day of the week is that, Greg? Is that
Wednesday?
Wednesday. Okay, so on Wednesday night, we'll be finishing up sometime between 8 and 9, but we'll be doing premium pours in addition to our tasting. And of course, we do all the festivities that we've always done here year after year. So, thank you again for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you in the new year. Cheers.